Welcome to week 8 of the video presentation. This presentation will include 10 clips, and these clips are to be used for educational and instructional purposes. So please use these clips in your pregame conferences and also your local association meetings so we can all get better at our craft of officiating to be the most professional product that we can put out on the field for these student athletes. On play number 1 this week is a free kick where we are going to have encroachment by the kicking team. Now this is something that I have seen frequently as I've been watching film over the season, and most of our officials are getting this correct, so just be aware that no member of the kicking team can cross the free kick line prior to the ball being kicked. So this is a good pickup here by the officiating crew. In play number 2, we're going to have a false start by the wing back here. We must catch this and shut the play down, as the player here that is circled is going to miss the snap count and simulate snap action. So this is a false start, and this needs to be shut down. He missed a snap count by wanting to leave just a little bit early. So this is simulating the snap, which is a false start and needs to be penalized as a dead ball foul. In play number 3, we are going to have good mechanics by the line judge calling a false start. He is going to throw the flag, stop the clock, and he is going to give the signal to the referee, as he is the only official on the crew that has a flag down for the false start. So by only having the one flag, the calling official is permitted to give the preliminary signal to the referee. If we would have had 2 flags on this play, the 2 officials need to get together and confer and not give any preliminary signals and let the referee know what they have. But in this instance, only the one flag, so good job here mechanically by the line judge. In play number 4, we are going to have good mechanics by the officials here using reverse mechanics to get back to the goal line. The goal line is the most important line on the field, so we must be able to roll on it correctly, both going into the end zone and coming out of the end zone. So here the snap is inside the 5-yard line, coming out. So the wing official's first move needs to be to the goal line immediately as soon as the ball is snapped, and then officiate the ball back out. So nice job here by the crew, and the line judge is the one that we want to keep our eye on here, as he does the mechanics correctly. The linesman needs to learn from the line judge in this instance, and he also needs to go back to the goal line on the snap immediately as well. So this is something, if you see your crewmate not doing something correctly, don't allow him to continue to do it incorrectly. Talk to him at your first available opportunity and remind him of this important mechanic that we must do. So nice job here by the line judge doing it correctly. In play number 5, this is another example of really good goal line mechanics. Now in this play, we are going into the end zone, so the snap is inside the 5-yard line going in for what would be a touchdown. So if you notice here by both of these wing officials, both the linesman and the line judge, they do a terrific job of moving to the goal line immediately as soon as the ball is snapped, and then coming back to get the forward progress of the ball carrier if he is stopped short of the goal line. So this is a really good example of how both wing officials should work together and do the mechanic the exact same way. Keep up the great work here. Play number 6 is a play taken from a middle school game from this past week. And as if you have read my bulletins over the past few weeks, we are really having an issue statewide with non-compliance of the rules and regulations regarding the uniform when it comes to subvarsity dress. And this is an issue that will be corrected across the state in the near future. But here you will see, first off, the referee and the umpire all have shorts on, and the shorts are illegal because they have the white stripe on them. Remember, if shorts are worn per the handbook, they're to be all black shorts only. The shorts with the white stripe are illegal, not approved. And the linesman is wearing long pants. So uniform means that all officials must wear the same uniform. So treat these games the same way that you would dress for a varsity game, as they are not looked at any differently by the SSAC. And we owe these student athletes the same professionalism that we give the athletes on Friday night.
Yard line.
On play number 7 is an unusual play that we do not see that often, but here we are going to have a kickoff that is actually going to go over top of the receiver's head, and the receiver lets the ball go, thinking the ball is going to go into the end zone, resulting in a touchback. However, the free kick ball comes to rest near the 1-yard line, so this ball can be recovered by both the receivers and or the kicking team. So this is actually me, the referee, back on the goal line, getting ready to rule on this. And my focus on this play was to determine if the receiving team member gains possession of the football in the field of play, or does the kick not end and the kick ball breaks the plane of the goal line, which would result in a touchback. And watching film is such a great way to learn of your mistakes and things that you think you do but maybe do not do. And the one error that I made on this play is when the receiving team went to recover the ball, I should have started the game clock and then stopped it when the ball was dead. And I actually thought I did during the game, but after watching film, I see that I did not wind the clock. So this was a slight error on my part. So once again, my focus was so much on determining if we were going to have a touchback or not, and I just mentally forgot to wind the game clock when the ball was legally touched. The ruling was made that the receiving team member did gain possession of the ball in the field of play. So the ball was down there where it would be Team R's ball, 1st and 10. But the game clock should have started as soon as the ball was touched. So kind of a strange play, one you don't see very often, but we never know what any given play is going to give us on any game night to where we have to make the ruling. So just be ready for everything. In play number 9, we are going to have action on the runner who scores the touchdown. as he is going to commit two unsportsmanlike acts. As the first one would be him high-stepping as he is running into the end zone, and the second one will be what he does in the end zone when he acts like a baseball player knocking the football out of the park. So the official only penalized the second act of the mock baseball game that the runner played. However, the high stepping should have also been penalized. So in result, with the two unsportsmanlike fouls which should have been called, this would have resulted in disqualification of this particular player. Now, the receiving team or the defensive team here would have the option to enforce the unsportsmanlike fouls on the try or the kickoff. As in this play, they only penalized one, so they would have the option to take it on the try or the kickoff. If both of these fouls would have been penalized, the defensive team has the option to take one on the try or the kickoff, and they can take the second one in a different location if they so choose. So just be aware, this is unusual to see two acts committed by one player, but just be ready for everything. We don't know that if the first act for the high stepping would have been penalized, maybe he may not have then played the mock football game or the mock baseball game. I'm not sure if he would have or not. You just never know what these kids are going to do. But there you can see the high stepping, and you will see him pretend to swing a bat and hit the ball, and all of his players are going to watch where the ball goes. And with only the one foul being penalized here, the defensive team chose to enforce the penalty for the one unsportsmanlike that was called on the kickoff. In play number 10, which is the final play of this week's presentation, this game actually occurred in the state of Pennsylvania last week. And as you notice here on the score, the team in white is down by 1 point, and they are going to attempt a last-second field goal to win the game. Now, there will be audio with this clip, so I'm going to have to voice over prior to that beginning. So what's going to happen here is the defensive team is going to block the field goal attempt. So we must first tell ourselves that this is a regular scrimmage kick, and it will remain live if the ball gets blocked. We know that Team R can advance the ball if they gain possession of it in the field of play. And we know that Team K can also advance this ball if they gain possession of the football in or behind the line of scrimmage. Now, the previous spot is the 32-yard line here. So this block kicked is going to go toward the linesman side of the field. And the question is, where does Team K gain possession of the ball? If they gain possession of it at the 32-yard line or behind, they are able to advance this ball legally. It's very close, but after slowing it down, and there will be slow motion, it appears as if Team K gains possession of the ball at around the 31.5, which is just beyond the line of scrimmage, meaning that Team K could recover this ball, but not advance it. So they would just be able to down it there because the touching in the neutral zone, the low touching of the kick, is ignored by Team R. So the officials actually allow this touchdown to score and for the team in white, Central Catholic, to win the football game. So this is a crazy play, to just be ready for anything.
This should be the final play. Again, they're going to try a 49-yard field goal. At least they're going to line up for it. And the kick is blocked.
It's blocked, but it was picked up and was recovered. And I believe...
Yes, they can. But they just the one in the scrimmage. Pick it up.
Wow, wasn't that an interesting turn of events?
I believe 52 or 62. It was either Anthony Shovlin or Malik Harrell picked the ball up, and he ran the length of the field as Penn Hills was celebrating. He picked it up, ran it into the end zone, and
Now the official announces that there was a touchdown scored. He never actually gives the touchdown signal. He never holds the ball up over his head to declare the game officially over, which is what needs to be done in all instances. So this is just a great play to talk about and to learn from, be it a game-winning field goal attempt or just being any regular field goal attempt that can take place during the game. So thanks everyone for their participation this week in watching the clips, and I wish everybody good luck tonight and travel safely and have great games.